Hi,
How's it going?
January 16th. It's 8 p.m. Pacific.
Affezi.com.
This is the Affezi.com
Oh.
podcast.
There we go.
The Affezi dating experience.
What time did you say it was?
I said it was 8 o'clock.
Nice. I lost
Yeah.
track. Sorry.
Man, what are you doing?
I'm slacking.
Yeah, we're back here, Riverside, California. We're in the new studio.
Yes.
We have carpet.
It's
We
warm.
have paint.
We have a heat.
We have
heater.
pictures. We have a fucking heater.
We
we
got
have
brick
lights.
wall
We have brick wall.
with our outlets that have no TV.
Not yet.
Sorry,
In the
I shouldn't
future.
have said that.
In the future.
Sorry.
In the future.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
We have insulation. We did some work over the last week or two.
We got drunk a few times.
No, we didn't. We don't do that.
I got drunk.
We're very mature adults. We don't drink alcohol. We don't do drugs. We don't smoke tobacco.
Cheers.
None of that. All right. This is strictly a straight edge podcast.
You're
okay?
fucking high. Are you high?
I wish I was high.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I wish I
Yes.
did.
The last thing we are is straight edge. That'd be boring.
No, we're straight edge.
Straight edge is
We have
boring.
X's on our hands. See? I mean,
He's gonna-
let me prove it to you.
Is he really gonna draw an
Make
X?
sure. See, I have an X.
They can't see the red. You should
Yeah,
go
they
with
can.
pink.
No,
Oh,
they see it red.
We don't have pink. All right. So what's going on, dude?
Not much. Just, hanging out, just doing stuff and not doing any ladies. I'm kind of in a dry spell. I'm not going to lie.
It happens.
Yeah, I've been, starting to chafe. My hands are drying out. Going through withdrawals.
Are you having?
Very angry.
Are you having to switch it up?
No, I don't do that. I only like having one partner at a time. So just
God.
one.
That's cool. That's good to know.
Yeah. How about you? How are you?
I serviced myself on Monday. Actually, I didn't service myself. I had somebody service me on Monday.
Who was it?
I'm not going there. It was my old steady. We're good. Not old steady, but more like I
Oh.
made a phone call and had took
that's
care of
cool.
business.
See,
Yeah.
I don't even do that. The last person I had good sex with, she moved. She moved out of the country.
What?
It was that bad.
Who was that? Well, I don't know who that
We're not
is.
going there.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. No, she's cool.
So, did you watch the news at all today? Are you in a bubble?
Not really.
Did you go on the Twitters?
No. Just to tweet stuff from us, but not.
You didn't see the nationwide or worldwide thing about
Is that the Te'o guy?
Yeah, the Manti Te'o guy, the football player.
Yeah, I actually went home. I watched basketball. I saw it on the ESPN little news ticker.
That made the news ticker.
Yeah.
What is ESPN coming? The new TMZ? Kobe
guess.
Kobe went on Facebook to say he wasn't getting divorced, and it was on the ESPN ticker.
I have no explanation for that.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so apparently he had a girlfriend on Twitter. He met on Twitter. And he never met her.
Have you ever met anyone on Twitter?
No.
No?
I've never met anybody on Twitter or Facebook.
I've met people on Facebook, and I've seen the opportunity to meet people on Twitter, but I haven't.
I've seen the opportunity, but Twitter's a little different. I don't know.
Why is that?
I don't know. Because Twitter's more of a popularity contest. Like, not even like to get your numbers, but just
Attention?
yeah, it's
More so
basically
than Facebook?
attention. Yeah.
I think because it's so slimmed down that it's more geared towards just attention.
Yeah, I think that's all Facebook.
It's not really,
is.
to me, it's not towards marketing or promotion or anything. It's just, well, maybe self-promotion, but
Yeah.
not like Facebook. Facebook is like all aspects of your life, but yeah, Twitter is more so just,
I mean, Twitter's good for the news, so you can hear about Manti Te'o
Yeah.
and his fake girlfriend.
yeah.
Kakua or Lani Kakua.
Yeah.
What kind of name is that, anyways?
Was that one of those things where she was actually a guy and she was asking him for money and
Well, no, it wasn't even about
plane
money.
ticket? Or
It turned out to be some family friend of his, some Tuiasosopa guy. I don't know his name, but apparently he's buddies with this guy. He saw him when Notre Dame was at USC. They played. Apparently this guy, I've said it like 5 times right now. I'm sorry, but
we're getting there.
This guy made this Twitter account
Uh-huh.
of this chick. Just he grabbed some random pictures off of a Facebook, some girl's Facebook profile.
So he made a fake profile on Twitter.
Yes, he actually made 2 fake
Oh,
profiles.
wow. So he had a
He
Twitter
did her sister too.
virtual threesome.
Yes,
Okay.
but it was funny because Manti for the last year said he had this girlfriend who supposedly went to Stanford. He met her after a football game, and they were emotional, and he talked to her on the phone.
Oh, I love you.
And the kicker was, like, apparently she got in a car accident, or allegedly got in a car accident.
Uh-huh.
And then as she was recovering, she ended up having, they found out she had leukemia.
Oh, wow.
Which of all things, you know?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she got healthy and got out of the hospital and nothing was wrong.
Uh-huh.
And then in September, his grandma dies, and a couple hours later, he finds out his girlfriend dies from just whatever.
Yeah.
It's leukemia. And then it kind of came out that this girl found out that they were, you know, Deadspin did an investigation, and they found the girl whose pictures actually was.
Uh-huh.
Just some girl from Torrance, California, and who didn't even know who Manti Te'o was or anything about it. And they kind of did some investigation and realized it was a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And, you know, called him out on it. And today he went on the news and was like, you know, I got duped on the internet. I fell in love. I had this emotional relationship.
What?
And then I found out that I was a joke. It was a hoax.
How old was he?
He's
When
22
this
years
happened?
old. 22. He's a senior in college. He went to Notre Dame.
And so this happened this year or past year?
It started like at the beginning of 2012 and
Uh-huh.
it went through all year until supposedly she died.
I don't know, man. That sounds very suspect. The whole story
Yeah.
doesn't sound right.
And you know, Manti Te'o, he's a very religious person. He was a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah.
He went to Notre Dame, which is as big as it gets in college football. He's a celebrity. He's going to be a top NFL draft pick. And it's like, why the fuck would he do this?
I don't know.
Like, because he had to be involved. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think you can be in that situation and not know.
He had to have a part in it.
Yeah.
Whether he says he did or not. And it's just kind of weird. Like, why would he do this? Was he going for publicity? He's already famous.
Yeah.
You know, was he trying to make his cousin famous or family friend or whoever this guy was? It doesn't make much sense. And, you know, it just makes you think online because, you know, Affezi.com.
Yeah.
It's like when you meet somebody online, like, it just makes the internet look bad altogether as a whole.
Yeah, well, you have to keep in mind, too, that Twitter's not necessarily for meeting a date or a girlfriend
Exactly.
or a boyfriend. It's social. It's just to interact. It's not. You're not really getting clearance about who the person is because there's no profile. It's just
Exactly.
you put in your email, your username, your password, and then you have an account.
Some avatar, and you get 100.
You don't need a picture. You don't need your background, your height, your body type, education, nothing like that.
None of that.
It's
You have no
just-
background.
There's nothing there. There's no information. So
It's
you really
flawed.
don't know who's telling the truth and who's not.
Yeah, that's why you want to go on a dating website.
Yeah, if you're going to meet people, then it would make sense to go on some site that's geared towards it.
Yes, absolutely. Where you can have your own profile and
Yeah,
pictures.
where you can have and you can have multiple pictures because Twitter, you can only have your default and then you can post pictures,
Yeah.
but
Well, you go on Twitter nowadays, and everybody just posts the randomest, stupidest pictures that, you know, they just do so many stupid things. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand the whole big deal. Like, I don't get it. It's blown up, and like I was on Twitter today and I was reading it, and I was just like, oh my god, what the hell's going on with this?
I don't know, man. It's just people are just way too obsessed with someone else's life. They're not focusing on themselves.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to another celebrity, famous person who isn't who you thought they were.
Yeah.
Whether it's a politician, an actress, or a football player, people have skeletons in the closet, and
Yeah.
they are not who you think they are.
Yeah.
And they never will be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all I got, though.
Yeah. I just think with that whole situation, it's easy to be misled if you don't know the person. And I've known someone actually close to me that was deceived online by someone posing as a woman and saying, oh, I need money and, you know, I need a plane ticket and I need this and I need that. And then we actually had to let them know, hey, you know what, that's not real. That's fake.
I know somebody who was deceived online from a person who was going after him for money.
Yeah.
Like, they met up a few times, and the person was going after money.
Yeah.
And it was bullshit.
Yeah. Definitely.
But we do have a poll on our site to answer the question.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at that
Sorry.
earlier.
Jumped in.
No. That's fine.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what's the poll?
It's is Manti Te'o's girlfriend a hoax? And it's either a yes, a no, conspiracy, which I think it is. It's a does it really matter? And there's one more on there.
One more. It happened to me.
Yeah,
I voted it happened to me. I like that choice.
I voted like 10 times, to get the numbers up.
Nice.
Plug ourselves.
So yeah, but I don't know. I've seen that happen, and I don't know. You have to be careful. You really have to get some background on someone before you assume that they're looking for you.
Yeah.
Because there's a good chance they're not. They're looking out for themselves, and they're gonna get what they can from you. And that's common with phishing emails or spam or just malware.
Well, that's a major thing with Twitter is you can be fake. There's so many troll accounts on Twitter.
Yeah.
That are just fake, made up things. That's exactly what they do. Is kind of just they're just fake.
Yeah.
And they try to get followers and get attention, and they have to be whether it's a guy posing as a girl. I mean, whatever your issue is.
Back in the day, you'd be in chat rooms and there'd be like a lesbian chat or a busty lesbian.
Oh, there's a million of them.
It was all guys in there with pictures of naked girls. That's all there was.
Just sharing. Well, did you ever meet a girl?
No, I didn't.
Sorry, I was trying to catch you.
No,
just kidding.
Just funny shit. I mean, I don't know. You can't take it completely serious because it's anonymous. As much as people try to be themselves on the internet, you're still anonymous. No one really knows if that's you or not.
Well, that goes back into like when you had an AOL. I don't know if you guys had an AOL accounts, emails.
Yeah.
I used to have one, and all you ever got was just spam up the ass. And that's kind of like Twitter's the new spam.
Yeah. Where
it's like our website, we've got a spam one. We don't allow fake profiles.
No.
To the best of our ability.
No.
Like we have, fail safes in place to protect on that. And it's just people, when you're on the internet, you got to have an understanding of what the internet is.
Yeah.
What possibilities are out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And be smart. It's no different than being in public and meeting somebody at the bar.
Yeah. You don't really know who that person is, but I think for me personally, you have to ask the right questions.
Yes.
Because if you're more specific about what you want and what you're looking for, then you ask certain things that will give you a better idea about that person. And maybe if you're looking for someone long term, maybe you're going to ask more about their character and less about generic things.
Definitely. Like if you want kids down the road, you're going to talk about...
You're going to ask about kids. And I don't think that's wrong. I mean...
It's not wrong at all.
But at the same time, if you're uncertain, you can't really bring up stuff like kids and marriage because you're not at that point.
Yeah.
You have to go with the flow.
Well, when you meet somebody at the bar or say you meet them online, the first time you contact them, do you text them or do you typically call them?
Usually the first time I text them.
And is it like a generic text you send to everybody?
Yeah, it's just like, hey, this is Jacob. I met you, or we talked, or whatever it is. I got your number from so-and-so, whatever.
It's basically your icebreaker.
Yeah, it's just an intro.
Yeah.
But then I think depending on the person, if I'm curious, then I'll call them and then see how that goes. But if we can't have a conversation together or there's no substance, then I just lose interest.
You don't even call them.
No, I'll call them the first time, but then if they don't hold my attention, then there's no point in pursuing anything more.
Yeah.
It's just
so you meet somebody and you've been texting them. When do you know it's right to actually call them, or when do you have the urge to call them and actually talk to them? Is it the same day? Is it after a couple days?
It depends. Sometimes it might be the same day, but I think
they have to get your attention first.
Yeah, if they're really brief with their messages, then I'm just not really into it.
So you don't like people that are short and just...
No, I just give me a little more. I mean, I'm making a little effort in the beginning.
Flatter me.
Yeah, I'm not.
Give me something.
No, I'm not there 2 weeks text. No, I'm there for like, a day, maybe two, and I'm just trying to get a feel about what you are, if you're worth having a conversation with. Because as you get older, you know how precious time is, and it's an investment to just even have a conversation, because the conversation is not going to be 10 minutes. It's going to be 30 minutes, an hour. maybe 2 hours.
Yep.
So depending on what you're doing or what you're looking for, it does take time out of your day, and maybe you have to get up for work the next day. Maybe you have school. Maybe you have kids. It's not as easy as it was when you were 17. You didn't have shit to do.
Yeah, dude, it's great. I mean, dude, I'd go back and be 17 any day because you don't give a shit. What do? You go to school, you don't pay attention if you're like me.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that holds you back, so that's all you worry about. You don't have the issues and strings.
Yeah.
And,
now
and
life,
you have those. Life, you know.
And even if you don't have them, the person you're talking to may have them.
Yeah.
They might have their constraints, or they have a really busy schedule, or they got to take care of this person or that person. There's tons of things as an adult that you have to take into consideration for even just having a phone conversation.
Yeah.
You have to make some time to do that. And then if you have a conversation, it goes well, maybe you have another one, or maybe you just decide to meet up and just get that out of the way. I've had people who were just real brief, and they're like, hey, I just want to meet up. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I kind of want to get to know you and see if you're worth me driving out 45 minutes or an hour. I mean, because I don't meet a lot of people around here, and I think that's what Affezi is good for. Affezi.com will provide locals to the Inland Empire.
And that's a major
typically
goal.
I'm going out to Orange County, or sometimes it's LA County, and
that's a long fucking drive,
It's a long drive, and the traffic kills you sometimes. So you turn a 45-minute drive into 2 hours.
Yeah. Or you can get off work and meet somebody that's on your way home from work, and you're like, hey, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a variety of things that you can do to really make being single work for you, as opposed to working so hard for it.
Yeah. It's hard to go out, like, especially when you go out like on a Friday night or a Thursday night.
Yeah.
It's hard to go out and meet the right person.
Yeah.
And the bar's not the place to meet somebody. It's hard meeting people nowadays.
I think if you're a very social person and you just get along with a lot of different people, it's easy. But if you're not really into that, and you just like to go out and enjoy yourself with your friends, or just have a drink or watch bands or whatever the case may be, then it's more difficult, because you're there more so to have a good time and less to meet someone.
Well, see, that's how it works for me, because I'm not gonna just go up and start talking to people.
Yeah.
I like to actually have conversations and get to know somebody. Like, once I get to know you, it's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna just sit here and be your buddy.
No.
Like, if some random person, I don't care if it's a girl or a guy, they start talking to me, I'm not just gonna talk back. Yeah. I'm gonna kind of be like, oh, cool, like, be real short, like.
Yeah, if you want to have a conversation with me, come up and actually have a conversation.
Yeah, don't
yell at me from,
right?
15 feet.
Hey, bro, what's
going
on?
Like, I don't know.
As we yell into our fucking mics.
Yeah.
Right, let me back the mics up. Sorry if that hurt your ears.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But that's what it is, because you get those drunk dudes at the bar, or you get the drunk girls. Hey, what's up? And you're just like
nothing.
Nah, I'm good.
Just drinking my beer.
I'm gonna talk to my friends. Thanks for ignoring, or for annoying me.
Yeah.
But that's horrible.
Nah, it's more difficult. And then at the bars, people are drunk, and you don't get a good sense about who they are.
Yeah, you meet somebody on Thursday night, and then you go hang out with them Saturday night, and you're like,
completely
well, you
different.
look the same, but nothing else. Like, you're completely different.
Yeah.
It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, definitely.
It's tough. It just seems more and more nowadays. It's hard to meet.
It is. The older you get, and two, it's not just the age, it's the fact that people spend a lot of time online. So if you're gonna spend time online and you're single, to me it makes more sense to spend time somewhere where you can meet someone, but you can also interact and make friends that you wouldn't have made otherwise.
Hell yeah.
So if you get on something like what we have, which is Affezi, if you get on there, you can post your statuses, you can link it to your Facebook, your Twitter, you can sign in with your Google account or your Yahoo account.
Yahoo? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm always
Twitter, Facebook. I mean, you can make it work for you, as opposed to going out and trying to meet someone.
Yeah.
So I think
that's fun.
It's
an
beneficial.
Interactive community.
Yeah, and it's interactive. You can chat, and we've hung out with our members. We've had them on here, and we're gonna continue doing.
Yeah, new members. We want to bring them in and talk to them and see what they're about.
And it's not just like a blank website. It's not just a template. It actually has some personality, and then the members have personalities too.
Yeah.
So it's just you get that double entendre, and it's just
that's the plan.
Boom, right there.
It's awesome.
Yeah. But right now we're gonna take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Peace. Wait.
Everyone, we're back.
Hi. How's it going? Sorry, that's stupid.
No, it's cool.
All right. That was fucking dumb, dude.
Yeah, but we just had a little discussion about when you're dating or when you have a girlfriend, boyfriend. I don't know.
And cheating.
Yeah, temptation, and when someone throws it at you, what do you do?
Yeah.
If a woman is just like, you know, she's interested and she's flirting with you.
You got a girlfriend at home, but you're not happy with that girlfriend.
Yeah, what do you do? What goes through your head, and how do you deal with that situation?
What crosses the line where it makes you jump off and say, fuck it, I'm going to get with this person?
Yeah. I think some of it is just persistence, and you try to deny it, but it just keeps happening, and you're just like, oh, God.
If they don't go away and they just keep at it, keep at it.
Yeah. Have you ever had that?
I've had girls that are persistent.
How long?
Oh, I've had girls a while, like, just keep coming.
Like months or years?
No, not years, not years.
Yeah.
No, but I've had girls for, like, 3-4 months that just keep hitting you up, keep coming, and, like, not everyone has a relationship, but when I was single.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've never cheated, personally.
Yeah.
Thought about it.
Yeah.
But I've never done it. That's not really my style to cheat on somebody.
Yeah.
But I've had girls that are really persistent, and you just kind of get to the point where, like, shit, like, go away or you give in and whatever. But when you're in a relationship, sorry, I was off topic. But when you're in a relationship, like, cheating, like, I've been in a relationship where I'm unhappy. You meet somebody, and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. And then I got that little guy on my shoulder right here. Who's like, hey, jackass, why don't you just go end that so you can do this all the time? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get a conscience, and
I don't think that's your conscience. I think that's you just being realistic with yourself. That's you being truthful. Like, hey, you don't have to go behind someone's back. You can just do it. You can just date, and there are people out there who think like you, that they just don't necessarily want a relationship, but maybe they want companionship.
Yep.
And it works.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, not everyone can be in a relationship at every stage in their life.
Yeah, I know. I tried it. I can't do it. Like, I got to the point where it's just like, I can't do this relationship shit. You
do it, and sometimes you long for it, but other times you're just like, that's a bad idea. That just sounds bad for me at this point in my life.
Yep.
And other times it's just like, oh, I wish I had a girlfriend.
Well, if I'm ever in a relationship and I get to the point where I want to cheat on her.
Yeah.
Or that just tells me something's wrong with her.
Yeah.
Or not her, but wrong with our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is like a sign, like, all right, it's time to get over it and move on.
Yeah.
It's like, I know some people will cheat. And their excuse is like, well, it's just sex. Or you weren't giving me the attention. You ran me away, so I went to her, and she was here with open arms.
Yeah.
I think girls can kind of sense when a guy's having issues with his relationship. And they're there, and they try to comfort him so he feels that comfort. Like, I don't want to get like morbid here, but they say a lot of guys when they have a wife or a girlfriend die, they instantly go to another girl because she's sitting there with open arms to comfort her and give her the shoulder, like, oh, cry on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing when you're having a bad relationship. There's
always that
other girl.
One
yeah.
It.
There's always the other girl that sits there.
I think they can, but maybe that's their nurturing side. Remember, Lynn was talking about it last week.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe it's that, but you also need to differentiate between nurturing and comforting and just
trying to get at your balls.
Yeah, being on the side.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's that fine line too.
Have you ever been in the place where you've been in a bad relationship and you thought of cheating?
Yeah, I almost cheated on my ex, but I didn't. It didn't work out to meet up and have sex. But
was that at an emotional level or was it at a sexual level?
It was sexual. It was when I first got with her. Sex was very constant and pretty much as I wanted it, then she wanted to have sex too. And then at a certain point, it started dropping, but there were other factors involved in terms of her health that we couldn't help. But I mean, it stresses your relationship out.
It does.
It's as much as you want to be faithful and you want to continue that. It's just sometimes there are things that you can't control and they just weigh down on your relationship.
I think that's why relationships in their infancy are always the best because you don't have a lot of things to interrupt it. It's new, it's fun. Like I know health reasons are health reasons.
Yeah.
But when you first meet somebody, you kind of that's your soul, that's your attention. It's fun, it's new, and then the longer it goes, the more things you have that kind of drag it down. And you were saying earlier, you know,
more issues pop up, and then complications on it, and then you have all these emotions and these feelings, and then you have to do this and do that,
and then you get the girl over here who's brand new, and you're like,
yeah. But then eventually, like too, you have to keep in mind that even if you go for that, then eventually it's gonna turn into the same thing.
Yeah,
it's gonna turn into nagging or questioning what you do or where you're at or who you're with. It's just, you don't need to know everything. Just let me do my thing, and then if we have trust and we have loyalty, then that's fine.
Do you think there's 7 billion people in this world?
Yeah.
Do you think there's somebody out there that's gonna connect with you? That you think that there's the soulmate or whatever they call it? Do you think there's a person that's meant for you?
I don't believe in soulmates or being meant for each other. I think because honestly, we all get socialized and we're all products of our environments. So we grow up a certain way based on where we grow up.
But I think everybody's individually different.
Yeah, we are. Don't get me wrong. But there are some people who grow up in a certain way that maybe is similar to you, and you guys connect on that level. Maybe there's someone who's into certain music like you are, or certain sports, or certain foods, or certain arts, or I don't think you can get all that in one person.
All right. Like you said earlier, when you're single, you long for a relationship.
Yeah.
Now, when you're longing for that relationship, do you make that perfect relationship up in your head?
No. I have certain things that I want from a person and from a relationship, and other things I absolutely do not want, and characteristics of a person that I despise. So there's certain things I weigh on my own, but I don't create this fantasy of a perfect person because I know it doesn't exist. You can get all this stuff, but you're still going to lack in one or two qualities that you thought were important. Yeah. So you have to weigh that yourself and figure out what's most important to you.
Well, I guess I personally don't think there's a perfect person for anybody.
Uh-huh.
But there could be that person out there that gets you different than everybody else gets you.
Yeah,
that understands you.
That's another thing.
And
too.
You understand them.
Definitely.
Where they get where you're coming from. Whether they're perfect and they like everything you like, or it's all hunky dory.
That's true.
But they understand you and you understand them. And I think that's really what it comes down to. Because I've had a lot of relationships. I've had, obviously everyone's been a failed relationship since I'm single.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to meet a girl that I understand that understands me. That gets where I'm coming from.
Yeah, that
it's not a struggle to explain myself or get accused of shit. Yeah. Or they kind of, like, they just get me.
They make an effort to understand you. Yeah. Even if they don't know everything about you, they want to know.
Yeah.
And they want to know in a way that's comforting and allows you to express yourself. Because sometimes they may say, oh, I want to know, why didn't you communicate? Well, you don't really create an atmosphere where I can tell you what I need to tell you because you get angry or you get upset or you start crying or whatever the case may be. It's important that you know about what type of atmosphere to create for the other person.
Well, see, I've never had that relationship where you could actually sit and talk about things. It's always turned into a pissing match.
Yeah.
Like, or they attack me, and it's like, because I'm not a very confrontational person. Uh-huh. I'm not that way at all. Uh-huh. I'd rather have a cool, calm situation and not. I mean, I have my moments, but it's rare.
Yeah.
I would rather have that person sit down and actually talk to me.
Uh-huh.
Like face to face, like get your point across. I'm gonna listen to you. I'm not, and I'll return the favor. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And we can work on it. But I've always had that attack or that fucking argument bullshit.
Because they think that's the norm. And
but that's not the norm.
That's the problem. Some people's version of relationships, and we can go back to reality TV and the internet.
It's a fake fucking world.
It's the drama sells. Now, if you want a real relationship, come at me like an adult and come at me like you care about me. Yeah. Don't come at me screaming like you're some fucking hood rat that doesn't know me, or you're just some random person on the street. Like, we're not gonna interact like that.
Yeah.
And I'll put you to the side real quick because I don't do that either. I'm just, sit me down and let's have a conversation and let's talk about what the issues are.
Be adults.
Yeah, be adults, and let's move forward.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I said this. I shouldn't have said that. Okay, I apologize for that. It was insensitive. I understand that now.
But you can admit when you're wrong though. A lot of people don't want.
You have to. You have to.
A lot of people don't want to be accountable. Accountable is huge.
That's what's wrong with people in general. They can't be accountable. They can't take responsibility for the shit that they're doing.
They can't
that's why their life is shit, because they can't own up to their mistakes. No one made those. You made those. You made those choices. You made the conscious decision to hang out with those people, or that person, or do this or do that. You did that. No one else did that.
Well, the last time I checked, there's not a single person alive that's fucking perfect.
No.
Absolutely not.
But that's another thing. You're sold this idea of being perfect. No one's perfect.
There's no fucking perfect world.
There's no such thing as perfection.
And that's, reality TV is gave so many people false hope. It's gave them this false life and perfection. It's like little girls when they grow up, they see the Cinderella and the fairy tales.
Yeah, they
My
start
favorite fucking
young.
Fairy tale.
They start young.
Yeah, it's not a fairy
Disney.
tale.
Yeah.
There's challenges in life.
Yeah.
Not everything's easy, and some of those times you go through make you they make you who you are.
Yeah.
And if you can go through those situations with somebody and they support you through those situations, I think that's where you really can grow in a relationship and get stronger.
You get stronger and you build up your not defense, but your tolerance to shit like that.
Yeah.
So in the future, you don't have to sweat it the way you did, a year ago or 5 years ago. You can just brush it off and just be like, fuck it. Like,
yeah.
I'm continuing on.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
I mean, you take 2 steps forward, you get knocked back down. Then you get up and you take 2 more steps.
And you're gonna get knocked down. I think the most important thing I can stress is that when you get knocked down, is not to allow people to kick you while you're down.
Yeah.
I'm already down. You don't need to kick me. You don't need to kick dirt on me. I'm down. Let me get back up. Don't fucking hinder my progress.
Yeah, and a lot of that leads to relationship. Somebody has a failed relationship, and then they carry that same bullshit from
same baggage
to their new relationship.
To you.
Yeah.
So you have to pay for things that someone else did to them, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I wasn't there. I didn't even know you 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Go do something. Go get some help with that. Go get rid of that baggage so we can be happy. We can continue on.
Have you ever dealt with that with somebody's past?
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden becomes your problem.
And the thing is, I know there are a lot of men that are pieces of shit.
Yes.
However, if you come to me with that, I'm not the cause of it. I'm not the source of that. So if you have unresolved issues from 5 or 10 years ago, you need to do something about that, because I wasn't part of that.
And it's not your problem.
No, that wasn't me.
I mean, for as many pieces of shit out there, there's good people.
Oh, yeah. There are good guys, and I know good guys, and some of them have had their women leave them, and their women left. The guys didn't leave, so what do you say to that?
A lot of people are products of their environment, like you said, and they don't know how to move on from shit.
No.
They, for one, they always leave situations unattended, unaccounted for, whatever. They don't take care of their shit in the past. Then they get this new guy, and they do the same fucking mistakes that they did in the past. And it's like, it just goes back to growing up and be accountable.
Yeah.
And let every new relationship evolve and become what it has the possibility. A lot of people don't allow relationships to evolve and blossom.
Yeah.
They fucking cut them down before they start, and then they break up, and then it's that guy's a dick or that chick's a dick or a bitch, and it's like
they toss the accountability to the other person.
Look in the mirror, look at yourself, realize that you're not perfect and they're not perfect, and if you're level-headed and you can just understand somebody, and understand yourself, and like my whole point, if I can meet somebody that understood me and had the same ideas, I would love, that'd be awesome.
You'd want that companionship, and I think
Companionship.
I really think everyone wants that. It's just a matter of finding it. But in order to find it, you have to be yourself.
Yes. And you have to date lots of people.
You have to date a lot of people. Because sometimes what you think you want and what you think you need is not the same.
And I hear that from girls more than anybody.
Uh-huh.
They want this guy. They want the guy with the college degree, the Mercedes, whatever job. Yeah, and then a guy they can boss around and be in charge of. Then they get that guy and they find themselves bored.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I want that guy because this guy's
substance,
boring.
Or there's no backbone, or there's no passion, or there's no ambition. It's just you really don't understand how men work.
Yeah, I hear that from girls more than any. Like, I hear girls bitch about that more than guys bitch about girls.
Yeah.
Like,
I think for the most part, guys are just pretty simple when it comes to... Most guys are pretty simple when it comes to women. They more or less just want someone who they're attracted to, who gives them attention, who hopefully respects them, and they respect back. And I don't think guys are as meticulous about women in terms of relationships as women are with men. I think physically guys are more...
Well, I think
they pay more attention to that.
I think guys the guy,
and this is general. This isn't everyone.
Yeah, we're not talking about everybody because everybody's different.
Yeah,
but we're gonna generalize. That makes sense.
Yeah,
but I think guys have more of an issue with being jealous than women do. Women might be more condescending, but guys get jealous over women. They get jealous over. I mean, I'm talking from my experiences with just people I know. They like if the girls want to go hang out. They just, it seems like guys have more jealousy. I've seen it where guys get so emotional over some shit. You're just like, dude, it's not a big deal. Relax.
Yeah.
Or girls, I think, are more, okay, go hang out with your friends. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
I've had girls that way too. Though. Fuck.
Too, guys are more territorial than women. We're just by nature. We're just, that's my territory. Don't fucking come close to it. That's at least simple, that's right? How I think.
That's how it should be.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I know if I'm with someone, I don't want no fucking guy talking to her. And I'm talking about in a
flirtatious way.
A flirtatious manner, I'm gonna go over there and be like, "Hey, how are you? Is everything okay?" Because that's who I'm with. Like, this guy's a nobody. But if it's just some guy or it's the waiter or something, I don't give a fuck, you know. I understand that. If it's your friend that you've known, maybe you fucked him 3 years ago. Well, that was before me, and I have to be secure enough with myself and with her to know you're not still fucking him.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So...
Well, I have a question. I want to go to break after I kind of throw it out there, but...
Yeah.
Do you think Vegas is a good relationship tester? And we'll talk about that when we get back. We'll go to break, but just think about that for a little bit.
One question. Do you mean together or separately?
Together.
Okay. We can talk about that.
Think about that. Just let it mingle. And we're going to go to break. We'll be right back.
Yeah. And we're back
Yo!
from break.
Sorry, I gotta stop yelling. Oh wait, I forgot something. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. Forgot one of our little supplies.
Sorry. I'm a real pro.
Ooh. Anyway, so before we went to break, we were talking about the Vegas test. And if you go there as a couple...
Yes, as a couple for a
as
weekend.
boyfriend, girlfriend, or just dating? Or
boyfriend, girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you've dated, and I guess maybe right before you commit or when you commit, you go to Vegas together and you stay for a weekend. And you go out to you gamble. You go to the club, whether it's a big club, a small club. You go to shows, and there's a lot of the other girls there. There's a lot of other guys.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good test of a relationship to see where you stand?
Yes.
It is, right?
Yeah, I think
because all your temptations are there.
Yeah, and two, in Vegas, you have people who are looking their best.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to see a lot of people who are dressed up and look nice, and, they're all done up.
They want to fly.
So you're going to see the best of the best. And if you're not really interested and you're still focused on that other person, I think that's a really good sign.
That's a great sign. You go to Vegas and your attention's on your girl.
Yeah.
Other than, there's a million hot women in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't know the exact number, but there's a lot of hot women. But if you can go there with your girl and your attention stays on her,
yeah,
I think it's a great way to know that it's like, all right, this is good.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because have you ever gone to Vegas with a girl?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I've actually met someone up there. She came up for a day, and it was good. It's just, at the time, circumstances were kind of messy, so we didn't get to enjoy it as much as we wanted to.
But were you one-on-one, or would you have friends there?
No, we had a friend there.
Would it make it difficult?
No, it wasn't the friend. It was just that person. She was dealing with her issues, and then it affected our trip. Sometimes when you deal with certain things and then you're on vacation, it still doesn't matter that you're on vacation because you're still dealing with stuff.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does, but it happens. I think
life happens.
Yeah, I think if you can be open and honest about what you're dealing with, then it's not so bad.
But can't you for 2 days put your problems aside and try to enjoy yourself?
Sometimes you try to, but your mind
just doesn't allow it.
No, it just.
Well, is that why your weekend wasn't what you expected, or your day wasn't what you expected, or?
Yeah, it was fun. It's just.
Was it fun?
That can be distracting.
Was it the same fun you could have had at home, or was it fun because you were in Vegas?
It was fun because of the company I had.
Okay.
So if I had people that are close to me, and we're out there and we're just drinking and we're gambling and we're eating and we're enjoying people watching, all that stuff, that's what matters to me, at least.
Yeah, because Vegas is fun. It's just a good time.
Yeah.
If you can go there with a girl and still go out and do everything you normally do, whether it was with your guys or maybe not strip club, but
yeah,
you can go out to the casino, you can go out to a nice restaurant, you can go to the club.
And two, I think they have to be realistic and understand that we're men and we're still gonna look. And maybe we're not gonna pull our dicks out with our tongue like.
No, but
it's a natural human.
You're
reaction.
A guy. You see somebody that's attractive, you're gonna look. And I'm pretty sure girls do the same thing.
Yeah, they do. They just don't get caught and they won't admit it. But for me, if she looks at a dude, I'm just like, I get it.
It's cool
as long as you're not trying to talk to him.
Yeah,
or staring. That's different. But
that's because you're comfortable with yourself too.
We're human beings, and I used to be out with women, and they would check out other women with big boobs, or like one time remember Riverside Brewing Company?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was out there, and then
that was a good place.
Yeah, my girlfriend at the time was looking at some other girl with big boobs, and then the girl flashed her, and I was like, I don't give a shit.
I think I was there that night.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think I was there with my ex.
Yeah. No, a lot of good times.
Getting high in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That was a good place, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I loved Riverside Brewing Company.
A lot of good times were had.
I had a lot of good times. A lot of good times. A lot of drunk times.
Oh yeah.
It was just a good time, but I've never had that experience in Vegas. I've
never gone with someone specifically for a weekend.
See, I've never done it either, but I think that's the perfect test of a relationship.
Yeah.
Whether it's new, whether it's already been there.
I do.
If you can go to Vegas and your girl can keep your attention and you have a blast and and it's just a good time, that's a great test to know where you're at in that relationship.
Yeah. Well, I think it helps as a man if you go there when you're single, so you already know what to expect. And, to be honest, unless you go looking for trouble in Vegas, you really don't find trouble. So
Vegas can be very boring if you want it to be boring.
Yeah, if you want it to be chill and relaxed and you just want to look at beautiful women, you can do that. But if you want to go and you want to find girls to hook up with, you can do that too.
And
it depends on your mindset and what you're looking for at the time. So if you have a girlfriend and you're with her, or if you're not with her, it doesn't really matter. If you don't want to do anything, you're not going to do anything. It's not like women throw themselves at your feet and they're like, oh, why don't you have sex with me? It's just...
Maybe not you.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
I wish.
I didn't know.
I wish. I just if I was in Vegas and I went to the clubs and did all that, and I had a girl who kept my attention, that would tell me a lot of.
You can. It just. I think too. It depends on how she carries herself, and her confidence and her security matter a lot.
Confidence.
They matter a lot.
And a lot of times when you're out where there's other pretty women and stuff, beautiful women, girls all of a sudden have a lack of confidence, and they start, I think, attacking you on it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, they have some misconception about themselves that they think you think of them. So when there's other women there, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, why are you looking at her? It's like,
yeah,
I'm not. Like,
yeah,
it's not a threat.
Yeah.
I think a lot of women can bring it upon themselves too.
Yeah, it definitely
which sucks because I mean,
you're ruining a good time, a good thing. But I think at that point you have to know that person, like you were talking about earlier, someone who gets you and you get them. You have to know them well enough what's going on, or at least have a slight idea to kind of put them aside and be like, hey, I know things, it's all right. What do you need? You need a drink. You need to hang out for a little bit. We can do that. And then they should
do you try to, as a guy, try to over compliment them and make them feel good about themselves?
No, I don't do that. I don't even do that. I just give them more attention. So I'm closer to them, or I'm holding her hand or stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm not looking to give them ammunition as to what their insecurities are.
You're trying to comfort them, or not comfort them, but you're trying to.
No, I'm comforting them.
I guess,
but I'm just not going to do it verbally. I'm not going to give you compliments and be like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," because you're probably going to call me out and be like, "You're an asshole."
You'll just grab her ass instead.
Yeah.
Grab her boob.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, nice boob.
No, I do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's part of being with you. I'm a fucking pervert, so if you don't like it, don't be with me. It's true, man.
Hey, it's fun, dude. There's nothing better than having your girl dressed up, and you go out, and you look at her, and you're like,
damn.
God damn, you're the hottest one here.
Way better than anyone here.
Exactly.
And I get to grab your ass.
Whether she really is the hottest one there or not, if you feel that way, that's all that fucking matters.
Yeah.
And if girls would realize that,
yeah.
And I think one of the hardest things about being in a relationship is when girls have lack of confidence.
Yeah.
And a lot of women have lack of confidence.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating as a guy when you're like, shut up. There's nothing wrong with you.
Uh-huh.
And then they're like, oh, you're a fucking dick. It's like, no, just shut the fuck up. You're perfectly fine. And then they think you're being a dick. And it's like, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
And I just think Vegas is a great social place.
It is.
I mean, there's probably other places, but that's what I'm, where everything,
proximity,
every sin is out your feet if you want it.
If you want it, you can get it there.
I mean, you go to the beach, whatever. There's women in bikinis.
Yeah,
not
but
a bad idea.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
The
as
mindset,
Vegas.
the environment's different. I mean, it's just, I think it's a good place to go as a couple just to see if you really want to be together.
Yeah.
And if it turns to shit, then hey, maybe there's reasons.
Yeah, it's a good sign. Like, hey, when we get back, peace out.
Yeah.
If
it lasts, I mean, I know people who go to Vegas all the time and they look like they have a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I love going to Vegas. Yeah. I love going with my buddies. I would like to actually go there with a girl though, and experience it.
But you have to go with someone you really like.
Yeah,
and you want to explore with.
And like I said, I've never had that. So
yeah, it's easier said than done because even if you find someone, it may be the wrong time. And that's what I've noticed too. When you date, sometimes you find the person.
Yeah.
that is, you know, up your alley and you have common interests and common views on life, but the time is just wrong. One of you got out of a relationship, or there's family issues.
But
or,
can't you think one of you guys, if it's really, can't you force the issue?
as far as being together,
If the timing's not right, you can make the timing right, or
you can wait. But what I've noticed is that sometimes if the timing's not right, you try and force it, and then it just goes to complete shit. Work. So then when the timing is right for the other person, it's already gone to shit for the other party. So it's too late.
I know there's a few girls in the past that, like you said, the timing wasn't right. Like for me, I was either too immature.
Yeah.
Or I had other agenda. And I look back at those girls and I'm just like, I'm not going to say girls. You look back and you're like, youth. Man, you know? That's exactly what it was. I was too young to fucking get it.
You didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
And that's one of those things just in life. And you get it or you don't. I mean, it just.
And I don't know if, because I never had a relationship with them. Like, we dated, but I never got to the next step. So maybe it's the never knowing that I always think about. Yeah. But when I look back, it's like, well, everything was right. And I just didn't act on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, you didn't.
But who knows? Maybe it wouldn't work.
You weren't into it, and if the timing is not right for you, it doesn't matter how good she is or how great she is, how beautiful she is. It doesn't matter. It's just not right for you.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
If it's not right for you, I mean, at times you won't even need to go that far. You're just like, I'm not even gonna try because it's not gonna work.
Because I've turned down more relationships than I've tried to get in. If that makes any sense. Like, I've been in a situation where girls want to date me where I'm just like, no, more than I've wanted to date a girl where she's like, no.
Yeah.
And I just think it's because I've always been it's really hard for me to commit to a girl. Like, commitment to me, like, it's not, I'm not afraid of commitment. I've got to, like you said earlier, you've got to have certain things that before you commit to a woman. So if I want to commit to somebody, it's got to be a certain way.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm being a dick about it, but there's just certain things that I don't even know. I don't even have a list of things. I just know.
Yeah.
Where it's really hard for me to commit. It's something that I really I struggle with. I don't know why, but it's because I don't want to waste time in a bad situation.
I don't think you want to waste time with the wrong person.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's me too. I mean, there are times when I want to be with someone, but it also scares the shit out of me to be with the wrong person because I know how that ends.
It's not good.
So if I have an inkling that you might be the wrong person for me, I won't even acknowledge it. I'll just be like, nah, I'm good. I'm all right. Let's keep it friendly. Let's keep it business oriented. It doesn't matter. Let's just pursue that as friends, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I am with it.
Relationships are tricky.
They are tricky. If you don't know what's going on, if you understand the dynamic between men and women, or whoever you date, it doesn't matter. If you get it, then it makes it easier, and you don't have to try so hard, and you don't have to worry, and you don't have to contemplate certain things.
I mean, it'd be great to have a seamless relationship where it just came together.
I wouldn't want that.
No, I'm not saying that it's perfect, but that it came together, and you look back.
I think the only way it comes together like that is if you know the person and you're friends. But you have to meet that person and be their friend first before you can actually pursue something.
Do you think you have to be a friend of somebody?
Yeah, because I want to be with my best friend too. I don't want to be with some girl who's just my girlfriend. Because what happens when you're having issues as boyfriend and girlfriend? If you're not friends, it's just your relationship's not going to last.
Yeah.
And it's just going to end. It just ends because you're not friends.
Have you ever... Well, I know we've talked about this, but I've had relationships just end.
Yeah.
Where it's just communication gone.
Oh, yeah.
Something that was normal every day of your life for however many years is just gone.
Yep.
And that's the... It's like, I don't know if it's an adrenaline rush, what it is, but it's a crazy thing.
It's liberation.
To just end like that, it's like, holy shit.
Nah, it's
a complete 180.
It's a liberating feeling to have something that you've known every day for years just to release it and just to be like, I no longer acknowledge you.
It's like the weight off your shoulder or whatever. Yeah, no,
it is.
I think everybody should experience that.
It's not necessarily the nicest way of doing things, but hey, it has to be done. And a lot of those things were in the making. They didn't just happen.
No, shit happens for a reason. There's a cause.
It's the needle that broke, what is it? That broke the camel's back. Yeah. It's that last event that just set it off for you.
It's for every action, there's a reaction.
So I have a question for you. What was, if you've experienced that, what was the last event that really broke it for you? You don't have to get specific or say names, but what just, where you're just like, really? This is what I'm in?
It was the constant threats of just, not threats as in like, I'm going to leave you. It was like more of the attacks. Like, well, you need to be like this. You need to be like that. Oh, like I could never do enough. Yeah. Yet I was supporting her kid. You know,
she took advantage.
I paid the bills. Yet I can never do enough. I can never not even get the upper hand. I can never get level.
Yeah.
Yet I was the one putting out 75% of the effort. Like, I mean, I wasn't a complainer. I didn't bitch. I would go with the flow. I was paying the bills. I did it all. I paid for her son. I paid for his daycare. $500 a month or whatever the fuck it was. A lot of money. I didn't complain one time. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's just like, for once, just understand who you have. Like, acknowledge the fact that you have somebody who's fucking taking care of you. Yeah. That's a really good person. Yeah. You know, and I'm in it to try to be a good guy. Try to be a role model for a kid that's not mine. Yeah. I'm trying to go out of my way for you. Even though you give me shit, I still ignore it and still do what I do. Yeah. Just give me a fucking little piece of my day to be myself. Not let me have to fucking defend myself for doing absolutely nothing wrong. Just let me be myself. And it was always like she had a bitch or nag and always had the upper hand. I could never just relax. Yeah. And I got to a point where I couldn't relax. So one day there was a disagreement over something and she went a little too far and I was like, I'm done. And it wasn't even about me. It was actually about her son. And she went too far with it and I was done. Yeah. Because I realized that is not somebody that I wanted to be with. You know, like I tried. Like I did the honorable thing. Like I thought it was the right thing to do. Like at first we had a good relationship. It was really good. Yeah. And then, we moved and, lived together and all of a sudden shit changed, Mm-hmm. And then I got to a point where I realized I was like, I'm never going to be happy with this person. I tried it and it was hard, I tried to put on a smile, try to be happy. But she just crossed that line. I don't even know what the fucking line was, but she crossed it. Yeah. And when I made up my mind, I make up my mind. There's no going back. Yeah. And one day it's like, all right, well, here's plane ticket. Get the fuck out of here. I'm done. Yeah. Not those exact words, but and it was over something to do with her son that
you disagreed with.
Well, I think he didn't want to eat something she made, right? Stupid ass argument. Well, she slammed the table and started screaming at him. That was it. I was done.
How old was her son?
3 years old.
Yeah.
4 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? No. For one, he's not my kid. If I had a kid with you and do that shit, I'd probably be sitting in a fucking jail cell. But no, that's when I realized it's just and that's where I've learned, and I think maybe that's why I can't commit to a girl. Is because I committed to something that I felt like I put more effort in than she did. Mm-hmm. And I realized it was a waste of fucking time. Yeah. And I don't want to make that same mistake. Yeah, you realize that you wasted time, you wasted money, effort. Yeah,
and you could have been doing other things with your time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I understand that.
And when I talk to girls and I try to explain that to them,
they don't get it.
They're like, oh,
why did she be my boyfriend?
Well, just because one girl was like that doesn't mean we're all like that. It's like,
that's not the point. Not the point. You're not getting it.
You're not the one.
It takes time to get through that.
Yeah, and that's the struggle. And I don't know. I look back and I'm fortunate for it because I learned what I don't want.
Yeah.
You can't get the time back, but you can if you learn something from it, it's worth it.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, definitely.
So. Damn, got deep, bro. Got heavy.
Now,
Where'd that come from?
I think with me, my situation was the one thing I had wanted where we had difficulties was usually in our sex life. And so I remember the exact moment I was sitting on my couch and she was practically throwing herself at me and I was just not having it. I was just like, I'm just not into this anymore. And that's when I knew. When I that was the first time I was physically and sexually unattracted to her. And this was, she had gained weight and that wasn't a big deal to me. And just after all that, that was the exact moment where I was just like, wow, this is what I have.
And when it hits you?
I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then I think the next day I broke up with her.
Yeah, see, well,
I was like, hey, we need to talk. I have your stuff. And I had tried to break up with her in the past, too. That was another thing. And then finally I just did it. I was just like, you know what, give me my house key back. And that's it.
Yeah.
You know, here's your stuff. Peace.
Yep. Oh.
And then we never talked again, ever.
Well, that's like
Ever.
me.
It was awesome.
That they happened the next day. She's on a plane back to California, and I was just like, because I didn't live here at the time, and I never talked to her since.
Yeah.
The last time I saw her, I was giving her divorce papers. Which, whatever.
Yeah.
That was a happy moment for me.
Yeah.
But I never talked to her again.
Yeah. Makes you feel strong.
It's not about, you know, it does.
Yeah.
It does. It's that adrenaline rush.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, you know you made the right choice, and you know you stood by it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you get the liberation from it.
Yeah.
Because you know, like, deep down, you had enough balls to be who you really were.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people struggle being who they really are.
Yeah.
They have a hard time saying what they want to say, doing what they want to do, and being themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
And that helped me become, you know, understand that I had enough whatever to get to that point and actually go with it and not back down and not deal with it.
You can't do that. And especially as a man, like, you have to maintain some type of self-identity and and integrity in yourself, not listening to anyone else, just being yourself and being true to who you are, because that's the only way you're going to make it.
Because you're always going to be who you are.
Everyone gets cut down. You just can't allow that to happen to yourself. You have to be strong, and hopefully you have people that support you and are in your corner.
And if they don't,
fuck them.
Well, you know what? I've learned a lot.
No, you might disagree, but I mean, I'm talking about genuine.
Yeah, no, I know.
You know, opposition from people who are supposed to support you.
I know, like, that's where family is really important.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to have anybody that's closer to family.
No. That knows you.
What I've learned, no matter who anybody is, when they give you something or a piece of advice, they're giving you their advice. They're giving it to you from their perspective, the way they kind of want it. Whether they have something invested in it or not.
Yeah.
They're going to give you whatever they feels best for them. Whether they're going to get anything out of it or not, it's just human nature for people to do that.
Well, I think, too, part of that is based on your life experiences.
Yeah.
So maybe you're coming at them with an experience that they've lived through. Well, here's what I did. It's not necessarily you have to do this, but this is what I did, and it either worked for me or it didn't.
Well, that's where you got to have good friends and good family.
Yeah. Well, not even that.
Small
Just
circle.
like intelligent,
Intelligent
people that are around you. And, hey, I'm not stupid, but I made a mistake. Yeah. Or I was smart in this instance, so maybe this might work for you.
Well, see, you know what's funny about my situation? There was one person who maybe two, but only one person talked to me about it.
Yeah.
And that was my sister.
Yeah.
And me and my sister, when it came to my relationships, we don't talk about my relationships. She is the only person that came to me and said, hey, I can tell you're not happy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dude, I'm good. And she's like, no, don't fucking bullshit me.
Yeah.
She's like, you're not happy, you're not yourself. And when your sister tells you that, like, it's my older sister. She's known me my whole life.
Yeah.
When she tells me I'm not myself, it was kind of like a wake-up call. Like, fuck, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe my dad knew it, but
Just didn't say it.
he didn't say it. My sister was the only one, because she's very opinionated. She was like, hey, bro, you're not yourself. You're not happy.
Yeah.
Fucking pull the where everybody's like, oh, you know, they're oblivious.
Yeah.
And that's where it helps, because I mean, she experienced things like that in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know, getting out of a relationship. She's never had a problem breaking up with somebody.
Yeah.
Where, you know, then I get other people who've had issues and they don't have great relationships, and they're giving me advice.
And they want you to go into it too. They want you to be miserable like that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. People give you advice.
Those are the people you need to watch out for.
And those are the people who aren't invested, but they want you to have the same misery they have.
No.
Makes sense, right?
No.
There are people who are just dicks.
No.
Who are,
they want that. They want your reality to be as bad as theirs, and you're just like, no.
Yeah. People, I don't think, a lot of people truly don't want other people to be happy. They want them to be in misery just like them, because misery loves company.
It's true.
It's a good song.
It's true.
Whatever. I don't even know what song that is. I just know the name.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know, man.
But out of all my shit, I had one person actually get it.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it was somebody I never even fucking talked to.
The older you get, the more you realize that the stakes are higher.
Oh, yes, they are.
And that includes not only friendships, family, but also personal relationships outside of those two circles. So if you're dating, or you have a girlfriend, or you have a boyfriend, whatever, it matters. It does matter at a certain point. And then if you have other things involved with it, if you've been divorced or you have kids, and then it gets more serious.
Thankfully, I didn't have kids.
Yeah.
Something I've taken care of up to this point.
Yeah.
So knock on something.
Knock on plastic.
Sure. Knock on metal, wood, whatever this is, brick. Yeah.
So at a certain point, you really have to be aware of what's going on.
You do. You got to be aware.
Yeah.
And the older I get, the smaller my circle becomes.
Yeah.
There's a lot less people I trust, because everybody's out for themselves to get something, which rightfully so. Everybody deserves to be out for themselves.
Yeah, but not at someone else's expense.
Exactly.
Don't be such a lazy fuck that you can't do it for yourself.
And that's why my circle is very...
Yeah.
It's tight. I've got my good friends and my family, and and I'm happy, content.
Yep.
And that's why when I get a girl and I bring her into that relationship...
She's got to mesh.
It's hard. She has to.
That's part of dating. If you want to be in my life, you better mesh with people that are already in my life, because they've earned their spot. You haven't.
Exactly.
You're a newbie.
Yeah. If you don't like my friend, well, that's your problem, because he's still going to be my friend whether you're here or not.
Yeah, it's true.
Because I'm pretty sure he's going to be here at the end of the...
Longer than you are.
Exactly, right?
Yep.
He's been here longer. He's going to be here when you're gone.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that when they get in relationships.
No.
They don't know how to...
They don't know how to mingle with the people that are closest to you.
Yeah.
So they think they're a shoo-in because you brought them around. Well, that's not the case. You have to earn your keep. You have to pull your weight.
Yeah, the only person that accepts people that I bring around is my mom. And that's because my mom's a fucking hopeless romantic.
That's a default. All moms are.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Not all moms.
My mom's
like that, too.
A lot of moms are that way. Like, oh, who's this? They get all excited.
Yeah.
But everybody else, I hope, is skeptical at first and makes that person earn their way and earn their trust.
Yeah.
I just, that's how people should be. I mean, I believe in respecting people, but you can't. People gotta earn their respect.
You can't put them on a pedestal, and you have to earn it.
Yeah, especially.
It's not free.
Especially, you can't put people on a pedestal. Everybody's equal.
Yeah.
But it's got real serious.
Yeah, that's good though.
I like this shit. Do it often. Maybe not. Whatever.
Yeah, but with our site, we want to move forward with that, and
nice transition, bro.
Yeah, it was kind of shitty, but what are you gonna do?
We'll lighten the mood.
Yeah, we have a new member. Her name is Nessa.
She's really pretty, really hot.
Yeah, she's really attractive.
Smoking hot. She has a crooked picture though. Not crooked, sideways.
We're working on it. Tech support.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to check out our new members. I think we're up to 17 right now, which is not bad. But we're moving forwards.
Working on some new things.
Yeah, we have a new member poll. We're gonna most likely create daily polls about, things that are out in the news or
Yeah.
that relate to dating, relationships.
Topical things in the news.
Yeah,
or
singles, experiences, and if you have questions or comments or you want to message us, topics that you want covered.
Yeah, if you want your poll question asked.
Yeah.
Send it to us.
We'll send it to us. We're available. Contact at Affezi.com. jchavez@Affezi.com.
Ours. What was it? Rseries at Affezi.com.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Either we have our personal ones. We have our generic company email, which is for mainly just random things that you want to give to us. That's not a problem.
We got our profile pages on the site.
Yeah, we have our profile pages where administrators
at some
moderators.
point we'll add admin to the title.
Yeah, we're there. You can hit us up on our Affezi page, the top level page.
Yeah.
We're there too. You can comment or message us.
We're here for you guys.
We're working on members right now. Right now, we're focused on the Riverside, California area.
Yeah, we want to grow in Riverside.
Yeah.
So if you're not from Riverside, hang with us or tell your friends.
Well, even if you're not from Riverside, feel free to join. But we're starting centralized in Southern California, and then we're just going to expand.
Yeah, we're going to start inland, and we're going to move towards L.A., Orange County.
Yeah.
We got members in Arizona.
Yeah, we have a few members in Arizona that's helped us. I've gone out to New Mexico and done some marketing out there, so it'll come along. It's just we're building membership right now. That's our focus for 2013.
Yep, that's our goal.
Yeah,
do these shitty podcasts and
do some more, and hopefully I don't know, maybe someone learns something or they have something to contribute to what we're doing.
Yeah, if you want to be on a podcast, let us know.
Yeah, if you sign up for our website and you want to be featured on, we've had guests and members that are part of the website, and we bring them on for interviews, and everyone has a different perspective. So
if you think we're idiots,
if you disagree with us,
you're
more than welcome to join us.
Here.
Yeah. If you agree, you can come on too. We're focused on our members, on their input and their perspectives.
Yes.
So you're more than welcome to come on here.
Yep. If there's something you guys don't like, let us know. If there's something you like, let us know.
Yeah. Definitely.
Be interactive.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best thing we can tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
And have fun.
Yeah. But with that said, this is going to close out the January 16th podcast. It's kind of late now, but we've carried on for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Join us at Affezi.com. If you have Twitter, our handle's at Affezi. It's with 2 F's, 1 Z.
Yeah. AFFEZI.
Yeah.
Facebook.com/Affezi.
We're on YouTube.
Hit the like button.
Yeah. YouTube.com/ I think it's users/ Affezi.
I think you can just type in Affezi and
Affezi
and channel search.
Yeah. We're definitely doing a different type of social dating community.
Yeah.
It's not
your run of the mill.
It's not your typical boring template. We're really going for something different, and if you want to be a part of it, you're more than welcome to join us.
Yes.
Just let us know.
Yep.
Yeah. With that said, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you
Wednesday.
next Wednesday. Yep.
8 p.m. Pacific from Riverside, California.
All right, guys. See you then.
Thanks.